Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to use your coffee pot. So this here is the water filter, so you just fill it up and then it slides in the back like this. Okay. And then the parts to put together, this is the small cup tray and this is the regular cup tray. It comes apart and then this little lid thingy goes on it. It just sits in there. And then this is the small cup tray that slides out. So same thing, you've got a little lid and it goes sideways just like that, just lines up. And then it goes in there. You want to clean that out probably once a week or so because drips from here will just fill up and it gets really gunky and yucky. These are the portafilters. I always take them apart to clean every time. There's these 3 pieces. This is the single shot portafilter and this is the double shot portafilter. So I'm going to use the single. This rubbery part goes inside like that. You line it up and then you take this piece and it lines up and twists to lock into place. Now you'll notice there's a tiny, whoa, crazy. Okay, there's a tiny little notch right here and that notch has to line up in here in order to come out. So you line it up like that and then you can twist it to lock and now it won't fall out. This piece here is supposed to be for like holding the portafilter in place in case you wanted to like tap out the espresso grounds, but I don't do that because I just put mine down the sink. But if you wanted to put them in the trash, that's what you would use that little flippy thing for. So I'm gonna make a tall latte today, a tall hot latte. So we just take this and we're gonna fill it up with coffee. Here's the scooper and that's the tamper end. So usually about 1 scoop. You don't want to fill it up super full to the line because then it won't fit in right. So I'm going to scrape a little bit off. And then you just kind of gently push that in there. And then I'll wipe off the edge because they always get gunky if I don't. And then that goes into the portafilter. Line it up like that. Twist it to lock it. And then you're going to put it in here like this and twist that to lock. Okay. All right, so to make a hot latte, we're gonna put together the milk reservoir. This is the top. And then you've got these pieces, they all come apart. You definitely want to wash your reservoir like maybe once a week. You can keep it in the fridge full of milk once it's put together, but after about a week it gets kind of gunky, so you wanna take it apart. That's yours. So this part is not electronic at all, even though it looks like it might be. So it can totally go in the dishwasher. I've even taken out these screws to clean it when it's gotten really gunky before I knew to clean it every week. So you've got this metal piece here and there's a little notch inside. See the notch? That notch goes on this track like this. Follow the track and then twist to lock. And then this piece goes in here. There's the back. It just kind of lines up like that and you kind of have to, you have to push it like that. And then it pushes into place. And then this twists, but that's in. And then it goes like, oh, sorry, you need this piece too. This piece goes right here. Push, push. Okay. And then this piece is the piece that sucks up the milk and this is the piece that pushes the milk out. So we put that in there like this, and then see this twists that piece out. So we're gonna fill up the reservoir with milk. There's a max fill line. You don't need to go all the way to the max fill, especially if you're just making a small latte. Okay, so that goes in, and then you can see here there's a lever here. Right now it's set to clean. You twist it. That's the amount of froth that you want to make. I always put it on the lowest setting of latte because it makes a ton of froth. So I don't put it any higher than that no matter what I'm making. Okay. So you'll see these lights up here will light up when the thing is ready. As they're getting ready, they start blinking, but when they're ready, they'll be solid. So the buttons up here, the top one is for espresso. If you press it one time, this button lights up. If you press it 2 times, this button lights up, or you can press and hold it for this function. That's true of all the buttons. So this would be a single shot of espresso, or the single portafilter. This would be a double shot of espresso. You would want to use this larger portafilter for that. If you're going to make a cappuccino, which is an equal amount of milk, foamed milk, latte, or espresso, and froth. So there's like this much espresso, this much milk, this much froth. That's a cappuccino. So this is a single shot cappuccino. This is a double shot cappuccino. If you press and hold this button, it's just going to make frothed milk and it'll never stop. So make sure you come in and stop it, or else you'll have frothed milk all over your counter. Don't ask me how I know. And then latte, same thing, but a latte is espresso and then more steamed milk and then a little bit of foam on top. That's my usual go-to. So this is a single shot latte and this is a double shot latte. And then if you press and hold, it's going to go through the clean function, which you're going to want to do after every time you make a latte or anything, just to clean out. It cleans this. So if you're just making like an espresso shot, you don't need to clean it afterwards. But if you're using the milk reservoir, you want to clean it every time you use it. And then do a deep clean probably like once a week. Okay, so we're going to make a latte. So you need syrup if you want a flavored latte. They sell this kind of stuff at the store. I wouldn't recommend this flavor. It's kind of gross actually. Or I have my homemade vanilla syrup. That's what I usually use. So for Starbucks, they use about 3 pumps of syrup for a tall latte, which is 12 ounces. A pump is a tablespoon, so that's kind of a lot. I don't use nearly that much. I just use a teaspoon for my latte. But if you want to, sorry, I keep bumping this. If you want to make it Starbucks style, you would do a tablespoon and a half of syrup for a tall. And then for a grande, which is 16 ounces, you would use 2 tablespoons of syrup. So it's up to you however much you want to use, but you put your syrup in the bottom and then you'll line up your cup. You want to make sure that this attachment is aiming down into the cup. Okay, so I'm ready to make my single shot latte. I've got a pump of syrup in here and my milk is set to latte froth. The lights are blinking here, so we'll just wait till they're all solid. Okay, they look ready to go. So we'll just press the button 1 time for a single latte. If you press it 2 times, it'll go to a double latte. And you can cycle through, like if you press the wrong one, you can go back. So there it goes. Okay, and if you ran a double latte, it would do more frothed milk and double shot of espresso. So mine is not quite up to the top. I let it a little bit more milk than that. So I'm just gonna press and hold this middle button, which will give me some more froth. I just have to remember to turn it off when I'm done. So I'll press and hold. Oh, it's not ready yet, it's blinking. Okay, just a little more to get it to the top. And when you press a button, you have to know that it's gonna run just for another second or 2. So turn it off just a little bit earlier than you'd like. So there we go, there is my latte. And if I wanted to make an espresso shot, what I would do is take my little cup. I just fill it with some whipped cream and caramel sauce. We pull this one out. You don't even need to put the milk reservoir in for that. We'd put it in and we'd press espresso for single or double, whatever we're making. If you want to make an iced latte really is just milk and espresso, and instead of the foam, you replace that with ice. So you don't even need the milk frother. You would just do your pump of syrup or whatever, and then put your espresso in, and then fill it to the top with milk and ice. And then that would be an iced latte. So it's regular milk, not steamed milk. Steamed milk is a little bit sweeter, which is why hot lattes taste sweeter. So then when you're done making your coffee, you always want to run a clean cycle on the milk frother attachment. So we'll set that all the way down here to clean, and then we'll press and hold for clean. Okay, and that's it. You'll switch it off. Take all this off. It's gonna be super hot. You can take the milk reservoir out, and like I said, you can keep that in the fridge if you want, if you're gonna use it the next day. Otherwise, you can just run it through like a clean cycle on the dishwasher, take it apart and put it in the dishwasher. About weekly, I'll soak all the pieces. And like I said, you wanna make sure to clean out these trays and stuff because those get gunky too. Take your espresso out. There it is. And then like I said, if you want to try and dump it, you can hold it here so it's not super hot, and you can just tap it out, but I just leave it in the sink to cool off, and then I'll clean it later once it's cool. And that is it. Happy coffeeing. Let me know if you guys have any questions.